ahead and I'll introduce them. Savannah and Neve are both in Miss Keller's class in Miss Keller's 4th grade at Freeman's Mill Elementary School. And they're really excited about having the opportunity to be here with you today. And they've got several questions that they've prepared for you. So I'm going to go ahead and let Savannah ask the first question.
What does a forester do?
Well, there's different types of foresters. With the Georgia Forestry Commission, we mostly have what they refer to as management foresters. They're actually out in the woods, cruising timber, which is the technical term for going out and measuring how much wood volume sitting on an acre of land. And that's the bulk of our foresters within the Forestry Commission. And they do everything from going out helping landowners decide how to prep the site for planting new trees, help them decide when and what to harvest off their land, and help them just help them through that process. I myself am a community forester. There's not as many of us in the state. We work mostly in cities and counties, working with the governments in those places, the municipalities, to just help them, back them up and help their tree programs. When you see trees on the street side, like in front of stores and stuff, those are the trees I'm focusing on. The management foresters are out in the woods, focusing on entire stands of trees, entire patches of forest, whereas I'm an arborist and I kind of focus on individual trees one at a time.
She just asked me to ask you. Apparently, she can't talk herself. We're gonna work on that. She will definitely get better at this. But she asked me, how do you know where to plant the trees in front of the stores and things like that?
Well, there's a lot of factors that go into it. The first, when I'm looking at planting a tree, I usually focus from the roots up. I start at the ground and just make sure the soil type's going to be appropriate and it's going to be able to grow the species of tree we're wanting, whether it's acidic or basic soil, things like that. And you have to make sure there's enough space for the roots to grow where you want to put the tree. Because tree roots are generally in the top 18 inches of the soil, so you got to have enough room for the roots to spread out from the tree so they can find water and oxygen to keep going and keep growing. The next thing I look at is overhead. You look above where the tree, because trees are going to grow over time. So you got to make sure there's no like awnings from the storefronts, power lines, street lights, things like that. So it really is just getting the right tree in the right place. And usually that depends on canopy size. Like a smaller tree, like a dogwood, is going to go in more of an understory spot where there's not as much room to grow. But if you have a lot of just wide open space above, then you might want to put something like an oak tree that's going to eventually grow and be a big, big tree.
Cool. How did you get interested in the environment and nature?
Well, my mom says it's been from when I was real small that I was always interested in being outside. I always credited my grandpa. He had a farm when I was a kid and just kept me outside and kept me, focused on the land and thinking about the land and thinking about what actions that we take today, how that's going to affect the land later on down the road.
Sometimes I go hiking in the waterfalls.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. And he kept me out just doing stuff out in nature. And it just, when I got older and started thinking about careers and jobs and stuff, it just seemed like a good fit to do something with outside with trees that I'd always enjoyed doing in my free time anyway. Why not get paid for it? So
that sounds like something that would be good for Savannah.
What is your favorite type of tree and why do you like it?
It really depends on what part of the state you're in. If you're in South Georgia, I really like live oaks. I think they're the real big, sprawling trees you see in Savannah. If you ever look at pictures of the city of Savannah.
Yeah, we've traveled to Savannah. She was amazed at the trees. And one of the things I remember her saying was that they look spooky because of the moss.
Yeah, I mean, that Spanish moss does just grow in them, but once you realize that it's supposed to be there, it's been there since before we were here, and I really love live oaks. I like their real sprawling pattern. I think they provide a lot of good shade. They really add to the landscape of the city streets. If you get up into North Georgia, where I'm from Northwest Georgia, I really love eastern hemlocks. They're all over up in the mountainous regions in the north, and they're real beautiful conifer trees that grow up there. You don't see as many down in our area that we're in, but if you go a little further north, they're pretty prevalent in the woods.
What advice would you give me and other kids that are interested in making a difference by protecting our trees and animals in the forest?
Well, I think you're doing what you're doing right now is a great start. Just looking for information and just trying to make a difference. I mean, I know it's Make a Difference Day and all. Just put in some effort and just trying to learn and make sure that we're doing the right things to be stewards of our trees and our environmental things we have. It's beyond that, getting involved with 4-H clubs, Future Farmers of America. There's many clubs that help to just get kids out and get them interacting with nature and starting to learn about possible, career paths, other volunteer opportunities, and just learning about trees. Really learning and knowledge is the number one way that, everybody can help to make sure our trees stay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and we're so excited about you coming to plant the tree and do the demonstration on Sunday afternoon. We have cupcakes planned. We've got activities that the kids can do along with watching your demonstration, and hopefully we'll put a shovel in their hands. I don't think that Savannah's ever actually, she's dug little holes, but not big holes. So this will be fun to see.
Yeah, digging the hole's not the most glamorous part of planting a tree, but it's something that goes into every tree planting, and it's honestly the most important part. It seems like the most mundane part, but it is the most important part of proper tree planting. So, and I'm excited too. I look forward to it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hawkins, and I hope you have a great afternoon. Tell them
Thanks,
bye,
y'all.
girls.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, y'all.
Bye-bye.